Good morning, gophers and wolves. Today we're going to start by reading a story about called Lazarus Lives Again. One day, Jesus received a message from Mary and Martha. Jesus, please come quickly. Lazarus is very sick, but Jesus stayed where he was for 2 more days. Then Jesus traveled to the place where Mary and Martha lived. Martha went to meet him. She was crying. Martha said to Jesus, "My dear brother has died. If you had come here, you could have healed him." Jesus was sad. He cried too. Then Jesus walked over to Lazarus' tomb. He told some men to roll away the stone. Jesus prayed out loud, "Father, I know you always hear me. Now come, show everyone that you have sent me." Then Jesus shouted, "Lazarus, you come out." Lazarus walked out of the tomb. He was alive again. Everyone was amazed. Many people believed in Jesus that day. We truly do serve an amazing God. I'm going to show you what you're working on for your math today. We're going to start with some addition and subtraction problems. So make sure you are paying attention for these problems to the plus or minus sign. If it's a plus sign, your number should be getting bigger. And if it's a minus sign, your number should be getting smaller. It would be a good idea for you to make your own number line on this page or on a separate piece of paper so that you can track what you're doing using your number line. I will read the next questions to you. Please make sure you're drawing in what's happening in these boxes. Melanie and Mick Carter are twins. They live with Mom, Dad, and Grandma. When the twins set the table, how many plates do they need? So make sure you put a plate on here for each person. You have Melanie, Mitt, Mom, Dad, and Grandma. Draw in all of the plates for each person and then write down the number of plates that you have right here. The second question, you're going to draw for right here. Mrs. Carter made big meatballs. She made 3 meatballs for herself, for Dad, and for Grandma. So all of the adults get 3 meatballs. She made 1 meatball for each child. So there are 2 children. They each get 1. How many meatballs did she make? So you need to put a picture of a mom, a dad, a grandma, a Melanie, and a Mitt, and then put the meatballs underneath that. So 3 for Mom, 3 for Dad, 3 for Grandma, 1 for Melanie, and 1 for Mitt. When you're finished with that, count all of the meatballs and write how many there are for everyone all together. And come to the back page. We're going to be working on missing numbers and fact families at the same time. So first you need to find what number you're missing, and then you're going to fill in your fact families. So 6 plus what equals 11? We start at 6. Plus what equals 11? So count how many are in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd have 6 and 5 equal 11. So you can write the rest of these in. This plus this equals this. This plus this equals this. Fill in all of your fact family. You're going to do the same thing for this problem and this problem. Start at 9. How many does it take to get to 12? Put that number here and then fill in the rest of your fact family. Start at 5. How many does it take to get to 8? That number goes here, and then remember you're adding this plus this equals that, this plus this equals that, and then whenever we subtract, we start with the biggest number. So it would go 8 minus what equals 5? 8 minus 5 equals what? All right, then we come to the bottom. There are 3 swimmers. We're in the pool. Each of them did 4 laps. How many laps did they swim all together? So the first swimmer did 4, the second swimmer did 4, and the third swimmer. So that means you're going to have to add all 3 together. So remember, we add the first 2. You write the number right underneath. So 4 plus 4 equals what? Then you take this number and add it to the last one. I'm going to write that out for you. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals what? So 4 plus 4, you write the answer here. And then this number plus the last 4 will be your answer that goes in this spot. The deep end of the pool is 7 feet deep. The tallest swimmer is 4 feet tall. What is the difference? So you write 7 on top and then 4. And difference means that we are subtracting. So we put subtract here. 7 subtract 4 equals what? Write your answer here. I would recommend using your number line for all of these questions today. Let's move on to your phonics. You're going to start with some short little phrases. I will read them to you. You're going to draw a line from the phrase to which one of these fiddles it matches. This is a type of instrument is called a fiddle, or some people call it a violin. A smudge on a fiddle. Which of these fiddles has a smudge or a little mark? 2 fiddles with badges. A fiddle leaps a hedge. A hedge is like a bush. A dog nudges a fiddle. All right. Now, for this part and for these parts, we're going to be working on long and short vowels. So I'm going to quick erase my whiteboard so I can show you better what that's going to look like. So for the first side, we're working on short vowels. So we have these choices. All of those choices that have short vowels, you're going to write down. So I'm going to give you 2 examples. The first one is hedge and the second one is rage. So hedge is spelled H-E-D-G-E. So remember, when we have 2 consonants, it stops marker E from working with this letter. So it can't be a Miss Long anymore. It has to be a Miss Short. Marker E is cut off because there are 2 consonants. So that means this is going to be a short word. But rage only has 1 consonant. So Miss Long is still able to be with marker E because 1 consonant. So all of these words that have 2 consonants separating Miss Long from marker E means that it's no longer a Miss Long, it's a Miss Short. So if they have a Miss Short, you have to write them in these spots. Please remember to use good handwriting and to use your dotted lines. The dotted lines is where your lowercase letters should be going. On the back side, we're going to continue in the top part using our short vowel words, so the words that have a consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, another vowel. That's stopping marker E from being with Miss Long. Down at the bottom, they're going to have you write in the words that have long vowels. This is our example of short vowels. This is our example of long vowels. Remember, 1 and two. If there are two consonants, it's short. If there is one consonant, it will be long. Please remember to do your reading in both English and Spanish every day, and ask Mom and Dad to email us right away when you finish so we know you've had a chance to do your work. If you have questions, please let us know. Have a great afternoon.